What's up YouTube, this is Vamp330 here with DarkAge Gaming, here to bring you a top 10 video. That's right folks, top 10. This is not something that we've done on the channel before, but seeing as I've fallen in love with Pokemon yet again, I thought I would make a video about it. So here is my top 10 favorite Pokemon, non-legendary edition. I hope you enjoy. Number 10. Coming in at number 10 is Pumpkaboo. Now there's not a lot of reasons why I like this Pokemon other than the fact that it's a ghost grass type and that it's cute. It looks like a cat taking a nap in a pumpkin, so there's not much else to say about it other than look at it, it's fucking cute. Number 9. Taking up my number 9 is Eevee. Now Eevee is one of those Pokemon that has versatility, that has a lot of oomph to it, if you will. It can turn into almost any type. Now, the only type we're missing is Dragon and Ghost, well, that I know of so far. I really hope that in Sun and Moon, that they come out with a Ghost Eevee, because obviously my favorite type is Ghost, and seeing as that the Legendary is going to be Ghost in Moon, hopefully they'll come out with the Moon version and not the Dragon. But, I mean, if they do come out with the Dragon, I'll be okay with that as well. Number 8. Floating its way onto the number 8 spot is Mismagius. It's a ghost-type Pokemon whose weakness is Dark and Ghost. Now, the reason I like ghost Pokemon so much is because in Pokédex, it even talks about how scary ghost Pokemon really are, despite the friendly, childlike anime. So, like its Pokédex says, it chants incantations. While they usually torment targets, some chants bring happiness. So it's almost like a witch/ghost, or a ghost of a witch, which is spooky and scary. And that shows that there's a little bit more depth to the Pokemon universe, if you will. Number 7. Flapping its way into the 7th spot is Volcarona. Now Volcarona is a bug and fire type who is weak against rock, water, and flying, which is a little bit of ironic because he does fly. However, its Pokédex entry says, a sea of fire engulfs the surroundings of their battles, since they use their 6 wings to scatter their ember scales. So that means its body is literally covered in scales of fire or ember, and it flaps its wings to push fire ember like towards their enemy, which is just awesome. Plus, on top of that, it has a really great character design, like how it looks. It looks almost like a moon moth in real life met with like some sort of fiery battle bug. Huh? What? Oh yeah. Number 6. Stomping its way in at the number 6 spot is Trevenant, another ghost and grass type Pokemon whose weaknesses are Ghost, Fire, Flying, Dark, and Ice. Now that's quite a lineup of weaknesses, but his Pokédex entry is actually pretty cool. It says it can control trees at will. It will trap anyone who harms the forest, so they can never leave. So that means he'll kill anybody who tries to cut down a tree or make paper. So if you're in the paper mill business, watch out for this guy. However, he's a pretty decent attacker, and granted, yes, he has a lot of weaknesses, but he still looks pretty cool, and he's a ghost-type Pokemon. So that's how come he takes up my 6th spot. Number 5. Blazing its way into the 5th spot is Infernape, a fire fighting type who's weak against flying, ground, psychic, and water. Now, this Pokemon I don't actually use in video games or anything like that. I just really like his character design because he looks a lot like Sun Wukong. If any of you keep up with my Smite playthroughs, I haven't posted any in a long time, but I usually play Sun Wukong because I love his lore, I love his history and all this other stuff like that, and his character designs. And Infernape looks exactly like Sun Wukong, if a little bit more monkey form than the Smite version of him, but still, nonetheless, that's primarily why I like him. Number 4. Shambling into the 4th spot is Cacturne, a grass and dark type Pokemon whose weaknesses are you ready for this? Bug, fire, fighting, flying, ice, poison, and fairy. Now that's one hell of a list, but that's not why I like him. I like him for the way he looks and his Pokédex entry. His Pokédex entry says, during the daytime, Cacturne remains unmoving so that it does not lose any moisture to the harsh desert sun. This Pokemon becomes active at night when the temperature drops. So just imagine this unmoving, scarecrow-esque looking cactus that's just staring at you because it won't move during the day. That's creepy, and that's the only reason he's on this list. Can I get a what number 3? Buried in the number 3 spot is Kafagrigus, a Ghost-type Pokemon whose weaknesses are Ghost and Dark. Now, I like this Pokemon for a very weird reason. Actually, there's a couple different reasons. Mainly his Pokedex entry, because his Pokedex entry starts out scary and then kind of just ends funny, because, well, I'll let you hear it. It says, "It has been said that they swallow those who get too close and turn them into mummies." So think about that for a second. They turn them into mummies. That means they rip their organs out, they mummify them, you know, the whole shebang, okay? But then it ends with, "They like to eat gold nuggets." That's kind of like a offshoot, but that alone wins my 3rd spot. But what I really want to see is the Mega Evolution, because just the way he looks now, it looks cool, but just to have that mummy come out of the sarcophagus would be crazy. Don't you agree? Number 2. Guessing its way into the number 2 spot is Haunter, a Ghost Poison type Pokemon whose weaknesses are Dark, Ghost, and Psychic. Now this is one of the most hardest Pokemon for me to catch in Pokemon Go, but beside that point, he is an awesome classic Ghost Pokemon. His Pokedex entry is sick. It states, "Haunter is a dangerous Pokemon. If one beckons you while floating in the darkness, you must never approach it. This Pokemon will try to lick you with its tongue and steal your life away." That is crazy, especially for a kid's cartoon way back, like whenever it first came out, because he's one of the original Ghost Pokemon, so that's why he's in the number 2 spot. Honorable mentions. Now, before I reveal my favorite non-legendary Pokemon, here are a few honorable mentions. First up is Litwick. Now, Litwick is another Ghost-type Pokemon that I'm not going to get into detail on these. I'm just going to name them really simply for the fact that I like the way they are. Either they're cute or they're badass looking, but that's about it. Just their looks, and that's not good enough reason for me to put them on the list. I mean, there's a few on the list already, but I don't want to pollute it with that. So Litwick is one of them. Spiritomb is another one, because Spiritomb is, of course, a collection of souls. He's basically Legion, if you will. Frostlass is last. Frostlass is one of those Pokemon that just look pretty, but that's about the extent of it for me. Finally, number 1. Scaring up the first spot is Banette, of course. Another Ghost-type Pokemon whose weaknesses are Dark and Ghost. Now this Pokemon is my favorite out of all the normal non-legendary Pokemon, of course. His Mega Evolution is awesome. His regular version is awesome. His Pokedex entry is creepy. Let me read that to you real quick. Banette generates energy for laying strong curses by sticking pins into its own body. This Pokemon was originally a pitiful plush doll that was thrown away. So it's a vengeful doll that comes back for its owner that threw him away. It's so awesome. It just, his character design is awesome, and that's why he's the number 1 spot. Well, that's it for the top 10 countdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What's your favorite top 10 Pokemon? If you agree with my list, let me know. If you disagree, let me know as well. If there's anything I could do better in future videos, because I have a few more planned at least, I would like to release that out for you guys. Let me know all in the comment section below, and please leave a like and subscribe. Every little bit counts, and I really appreciate you guys, and see you guys in the next video.